fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him at the prize pit. Let's fucking go. We whoop a bookie's ass. Ah, this is just kidding. About to go big. Kill him at the prize pit. About to go big. Kill him at the prize pit. 24/7 researching, it's all a fantasy. But if I make the right pays, it pays automatic. Bankroll showing that I know it dope strategy. On a winning streak, I'm stacking a dose and the bookies all get mad at me. Confident with how it plays, not clicking on a flex today. All I see is green and we all about to get paid. Arrogant shots on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, I like if you feel it. Thinking the players, they all never time you can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Looked around, we found a glitch. No toast allowed, just supposed to live. Sophia's fine, snap to his stick, and Caitlin Clark just doesn't miss. Win, lose, or draw, we never quit. When we shoot the ball, is another switch. Submit the link, it'll make you rich, and we going big. Don't be a bitch. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him at the prize pit. Let's fucking go. We whoop a bookie's ass. Ah, this is just kidding. About to go big. Kill him at the prize pit. About to go big. Kill him at the prize pit. We about to go big. We about to go big.
Just cash.
About to go big. Kill him at the prize pit. About to go big. Kill him at the prize pit.
Holy moly, did you see what happened? That Jewel Lloyd 3 for the win. What?
Lloyd hadn't done anything all second half except for that.
Right. That was crazy. What a comeback. I was like, if they lose to Washington, man, they got to hang it up. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for them. Whew.
Yeah, interesting game to say the least. And interesting night again. We'll just leave it at that. Teams that, had the massive spread, struggled basically the entire game to get a win. And games, interesting to say the least. We knew that the Phoenix-Seattle game was going to go down to the wire, and man, that was such a good game to watch too. But the Valkyries-Golden State game, just kind of a weird game, man. Like weird game.
Yeah. Sparks were whooping their ass to start it off, and I was talking shit. I was like, Golden State sucks. I think it was 20-9. And then next thing I knew, I looked over and Golden State was up. Crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely something else, but we're back at it again, hitting you guys with a little late night stream. Probably be a fairly brief one. Still waiting on a couple more variety of props. I know Prizepicks is kind of lagging behind right now. But yeah, we got 2 games for tomorrow. So before we hop into it, if you guys do us a huge favor, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like. And if you're not already part of the team, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss out whenever we get these late night streams. And then also check out the Discord down below. The links are still in the description. You guys check it out. Hop in there. All right. So we got 2 pretty interesting games tomorrow. The Dallas-Atlanta game, I think, will be a really competitive one. Both these teams, still really trying to pick up their groove and rhythm with everything. A couple of different moving parts there overall. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But the game that could be, man, I don't know how to read into this New York-Indiana game. Last year, New York was phenomenal. I mean, it was pretty much a blowout in all but like one game. And hoping that's going to be different so far this year. Some of the players, I'm still not completely sold on for Indiana, like Bonner. Again, bro, she was a terrible pickup for this team. Terrible.
What's going on with her? Like, I did not expect her to. She just doesn't even play or shoot. Right? It's like, is it that she's just washed completely, or is it the coach not playing? What is it? You think she's just done? She's hit that age?
No, I mean, I'm sure there's something, they're trying to limit her for the playoff run that assuming they're going to have here. So I'm half expecting them to be pretty limiting for the most part for her just in general. There might be some games like this last game where, everyone's in fucking foul trouble. So she has to go out and play. But She still only had 19 minutes, so it's not like she was really doing anything at all.
Yeah, 8 rebounds. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean that's not going to cut it. 19 minutes, 16 minutes.
Yeah, so a bit of a weird situation with her, and especially now with Sophie being back. I mean, Sophie looked phenomenal again off the bench.
Oh,
her and
she sure did look phenomenal, huh?
Yeah, she definitely was showing out for it.
Starfall's here.
I mean, her and Lexi Hull. Yo, what's up, dude?
Yeah, her and Lexi Hull, the twins.
The blonde duo off the bench have, I mean, they're just, the ideal bench player, playing defense, hitting their threes, and, it is what it is. But this last game was super weird. Obviously we had the 40-16 fouls, and everyone was just in foul trouble the whole time. So Bonner and Howard both soaked up a lot of usage, with Boston in particular being in massive foul trouble the whole game. So they more or less just ended up sliding both of them down. Howard kind of played at the 5. They had Dantas out there, but she's really only good for rebounding. So with Caitlin Clark also, foul trouble and not being able to hit a 3, it was definitely something else for her. But I'm kind of interested in, I think her in particular is an interesting bounce back spot. I don't know if I'm completely sold on it as a whole, because I do expect them to put Natasha Cloud on Caitlin Clark. So, I mean, if we're thinking, and I'm assuming that's going to be the matchup, I mean, the best on-court matchup is probably going to be our Kelsey Mitchell versus Sabrina. A couple different reasons here. The New York has been kind of struggling just in general for slashing guards, giving up points inside the paint. But the matchup should be pretty easy. I think, Sabrina's not a phenomenal defender. So we kind of, get it 2 ships passing in the night between her and Kelsey Mitchell. It's just, can this game stay close? That's really my biggest question. And last year, I would have said no. This year, I'm definitely leaning it to be more on the closer side than it was last year. Because, I mean, there were some bloodbaths, like really, really bad beatdowns.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think they'll be all right. Indy's going to stick with them, man. Yeah, it's going to be a good one, bro.
It should be.
It's in Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be a good one, man. Cloud's been going crazy. You think Cloud's going to continue?
No. I mean, if we're being real, like, she's definitely going to come back down to earth. I would be very tempted to take her points under this next game. If I'm being completely honest, she
14
is,
and a half?
what,
14 and a half, I think.
14 and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a super solid read on her this last game. I said there's no way in hell she's taking 17 field goal attempts. Like, that's nowhere going to be normal for her. Sabrina took a huge step forward, and I think that is something we should expect to see moving, down the season. But Cloud she shot the lights out from 3. She literally was just teeing off on them in the 4th quarter because they pulled the starters, and she was out there with the small unit. So she just ripped off like 3 threes in a row and had a couple buckets. But without the 3-point percentage, I mean, we know historically she's a decent 3-point shooter, but the volume is typically all over the place. So that's not like a reliable scoring threat. And today for example, Azure, we were talking about her at length, bro. I felt so confident about taking some kind of underscoring for her because there's just no way.
I heard you.
There's no way you're gonna keep doing this
for real. Yeah, sure thing. What she end with 6 points?
Yeah, and 4 of those came in the 4th quarter.
yeah, you were on it.
So
look at what Starfall says. Vegas made the call on Mabry, he says.
Oh yeah, dude, that was the most rigged bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Like, get out of here with Lindsey Allen going out in 2 minutes on a soft contact injury, and then the only person on Connecticut that's in foul trouble is Mabry's backup, and then they benched Tina Charles with no fouls. She wasn't shooting the best, I get that, but like, bro, she played 12 minutes in the first half, no fouls. Like, what? just weird. Just weird.
Yeah, of course. Everyone and their mom who was betting on WNBA props was under Mabry for sure. And she came out and the ball went in the hoop. Nobody knows, but it feels that way at times. Look at what Double K says. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding Kiki? Angel who? Ha ha ha. Wow. If I didn't know Double K that well, I'd think he's trying to start a little hubbub up here. What OG, what up? He says, let's go. Sean Drake. He says he's second. No, he says he's first. Then he said he's second. So either way, Sean, you're number one to us always. But hey, bro, I haven't seen you in the Discord. We got 2 days before that moves up $10 a month and stays there. So I don't know what the heck you're doing, bro. You better come on up in there, bro. All right.
You got to hop in.
Better hop on in there, bro. Wow, that was a good game, though. I'm glad Jewel hit it. Jewel needed that.
Yeah, she needed to do something to salvage that night. I get she's still having to rock the face mask right now, so it is definitely going to affect her shooting. But yeah, that was an interesting game, to say the least. I'm glad Vegas ended up pulling out the win.
Yeah, definitely. Three Kings says Jackie Young, babe, forever. And C Dot says I'm here. Ferris, Bueller, Bueller. C Dot, let's go. He says free Youngin. If you didn't know, free Youngin.
Oh, less than 3 weeks, I think, left.
Oh, I can't wait.
2.5 weeks. Yeah, he'll be here. He'll be here in no time.
Double K says big UR. Check out Drake In My Feelings lyrics. LOL. I'm gonna have to check out those Drake In My Feelings lyrics later on. Subscribe to the Discord, says C Dot. C Dot been making money in that Discord. C Dot has green bars everywhere, every day, posting them up. That's what's up. Love it, man. What are you looking at now over there? Looking at
yeah, we gotta hop on this. I gotta make this an official play. Cloud's at 14.5 on Underdog, and she's already 13.5 here. And I see she's fairly juiced on the under.
C Dot says he loves it in the Discord. C Dot, we love you in the Discord. Just so you know, the feeling is mutual. Kind sir. He's going for Natasha Cloud under. Woo!
Yeah, I want to jump on this before that moves.
No holding back. What do you think Hot Streak has of that?
No.
Let's look. You think Indy's going to hold big Natasha down, huh?
I mean, she just doesn't need to shoot the ball that much. Yeah, she's at 13.5 as well. No, I mean, she just has, can she do it? Sure. But I just don't think that it is necessarily her role as far as like the team goes. And, Clark's been actually a pretty decent defender, without the turnovers leading to transition points. I mean, she's been pretty good on defense. We've seen her stick with a lot of different players. She held her own against, Alicia Gray on that matchup and against Pow Pow. The line movement for this, though, I'm gonna definitely post that up.
Big Cloud.
Yeah.
Big Cloud under.
Fair.
No problem. I'm gonna look on Fliff and I'm gonna look on Heritage. Let's see if they have those at the same price here. Anybody got any questions? You can drop them in the chat. We will take a peek at those in a little bit. And wow, Washington almost won. I thought they were gonna win. Up 9 with like 2 minutes left. What the hell? Okay, let's see if Fliff got it here. New York, Indiana. Oh, they don't even got props. They don't even got props yet in Fliff. What are they doing? Oh, that's not gonna help.
Okay. Yeah. With her, I mean, she should not be relied upon that much for scoring. I mean, there's plenty of other capable bodies on the team that can provide that workload for them. I mean, she still, the last game, take a look at, show you guys here real fast, was still predominantly with the assist and playmaking. Both of them ended up getting some time with the scrubs, but I mean, you can see her and Sabrina just doing a bulk of that. The usage rating still, I think, is going to level out a little bit more here. She came back down a hell of a lot from the first game. It was like high 20s, but somewhere in this mid to low 20 range, I feel is way more appropriate for her. The lack of scoring also from Jonquil is something to kind of note. I think, for her, the shot volume can come up a little bit more as well. The blowout obviously makes this a little bit more murky because they just blew the brakes off of the Liberty. But yeah, I mean, Cloud's still going to be a pass first, score second kind of player. So as long as we're getting some kind of production out of both Stewart and Sabrina, she's at least going to be riding third with that. But if JJ actually takes a step forward and starts shooting the ball like normal, I mean, like 6 field goal attempts, that's obviously not normal for her. So there should be a little bit more in that. And like, I'll show you here with the fourth quarter, what I was talking about earlier. She was just, lobbing it up against him. Came out there. She went 3 of 4 from the field in 5 minutes, hit 2 threes and had 8 points. So, I mean, we take away the 8 points here, at least from the total game. We'll say she hit a 3 somewhere in the mix. I mean, we're looking at closer to like maybe 11, maybe 12 points, but 16 points with that kind of efficiency, the game was already put away at that point. So I don't think it's anything too outlandish to say, she could probably even stay around like the 10 point, 11 point range either. I want to see more of this though. Johannes, we talked about her last time. She was a phenomenal bench player for this team and even got a couple spot starts. So her minutes are starting to creep up a little bit more. And between her and Kennedy Burke and Rebecca Gardner for that matter, I mean, these are all reasonable usage guards. So any kind of garbage time, they'll be out there for that if the game blows out or if it's close. As long as we're getting one of these 3 between Burke and Gardner playing some meaningful minutes, I mean, I just don't see that it's an easy path to be there. And we talk about player regression all the time too. This is another example of a player having a phenomenal start to the season and 2 pretty good matchups, and now we have a road game here, shakes it up a little bit.
Guess who's here though?
Yo, what's up, man?
Bingo.
What's going on, Big Cam?
Big Cam, what's happening, bro? What's happening, bro? Big Cam dropping plays in the Discord? I haven't seen any. Seen his name off and on, but I haven't seen those. We want those big chosen 2 picks, man. That was fun. We need those 2 pickers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That and the late night stuff too. That's what we always cook up the best.
Yeah, for real. CJ Tutros here. He said, what up, what up? What up, what up? Oh,
Yo,
Car Guy
up,
Mike. It's been a while. He said, is it me or does it keep going in and out? It's you. I hope. Let us know, guys, if the audio is going in or out or the video is fucked up. Let us know if it is. Car Guy Mike might just have shitty internet. That's what I'm hoping. But I remember you from last year, Car Guy Mike. What's happening, bro? Hopefully your internet sucks.
Hey. Yeah, or hit the refresh button. I know we had that problem some time ago.
Okay. Good idea.
All right. And I think we're pretty straightforward on the news. Canada's still going to be out for a little bit. I believe she resumed practice this week. Or on-court activities. Yeah, she'll start that here this next week. So good to see her back on the road to recovery. All right. So talking about a couple of potential plays here. Again, we're still waiting on a few more props to get out there, but the Cloud under, I think strong correlation between Cloud under and Sabrina overs here. The 2 more interesting plays that I had, or players, were going to be scoring or PRA upside for Sabrina. She's just, doing it all. Again, we've seen the playmaking still there. The rebounding could be a little bit more back and forth from game to game, but the shot volume looked really nice to start last game. I like it. She definitely chilled out in the second half. I mean, there was just no need for her. I think did she get 16 in the first half or at least 13? I know she had 13.
She had a great first half. I know that. I know if there wasn't a blowout, she'd have done more for sure. So
let's see real fast. Oh, she had 12. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot they ruled that last one a 2, not a 3.
A couple people said,
still,
no. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh, I was just saying, a couple people said everything looks good. Video, audio, everything's good. And Car Guy Mike said it's the audio, but he will refresh. So we're good to go. Thanks, guys.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah. So this last game too, Sabrina also, she only played 11 minutes in the first half. She picked up a dumb third foul and ended up having to sit, but well on track to put up, honestly, like 20 plus, no problem. Probably close to like 24 points. I like what we saw this last game. The team gelled a lot better. They've been actually leading the league in 3-point attempts per game. So also something to think about for Indiana. Long ball rebound chances for, say, like Howard, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark specifically, I think we see a full try-hard mode from her next game. Wouldn't be surprised to see her in with like that 6 to 7 rebound range. But for the most part, yeah. I like Sabrina from New York, and I want to like JJ. I want to like her a lot. She really racked up the rebounds against Indiana last year. I think she had 10 plus in 3 games. Oh no, all 4 games they played against them. So 10, 12, 12, and 13 rebounds. The only problem with her right now is, one, I feel like she's just forever locked into some kind of minutes limit. Like, she just cannot play over 30 minutes, or that's like a hard cap for her. That's been annoying, and that's also led to a lot of field goal attempt reduction just overall. But I will say, I do like just all around that she's done. I mean, we saw 6 assists in that first game, which is pretty sweet. The rebounding rating and percentages have looked really good, still leading the team in defensive rebounds per game. It's just a shot volume. Like, even in this last game, for the time that she played on the court, she scored 11 points, but she went through 3 of 4 from 3, which is kind of crazy. And then considering she only made a bucket from the floor. The game before that, I actually like this version of Jonquil a little bit better, taking less 3-pointers, more volume, and the not relying off of getting the free throw line and these offensive putbacks too. So New York does need to spread the ball out a little bit more. They kind of were living and dying by the 3 last game, and it just so happened to work out. But the other players on the offense are going to have to get involved, like i.e. Phoebich and Jonquil. So I don't think we can really rely on Phoebich, but Jonquil especially needs to do a little bit more. But with that being said, Sabrina PRA, I think, is a pretty solid early look. And then Jonquil, her PR and also her fantasy, if we get that, is going to be interesting plays of interest.
All right.
Okay. And you could consider taking Cloud's assist. If she's at 6.5, I can get behind that. 7.5, I would not play that personally.
She's at
Sabrina
6.5 on Underdog, I think. She's at 6.5 on Underdog.
Yeah, and that's more than likely going to get bumped.
Yeah,
the odds kind of suck for that.
Yeah, they do.
But I think other than that, man, it's weekend ball too, so y'all keep that in mind. The weekends are always either night and day. It's either all great or it's all shit. There's never an in between.
All right. Well, E2's here.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
3 Kings is here. He says page 2 threes is plus 126. What do you think about page 3s? Big page to you.
She's still not shooting a lot of them. I mean, she took 5 this last game, which was nice to see. I really feel like she's going to be somewhat of a slow burn this season as far as like scoring upside stuff. If you want to roll the dice on it, with it being a plus money play, like I completely get that. I just worry sometimes we get this version of her where she's only taking maybe like 2 or 3 3-point attempts per game.
Yeah, that
can be a cause for concern, but also just the general field goal volume seems pretty. Like I feel like this 12 to 14 range is probably a little bit closer. 14 field goal attempts might be high, at least for the early part of the season, but the road games can be a little, scary with that. I don't mind the matchup though. If we're being honest here, real good chance she ends up squaring up with Pow Pow on the other side. So we got the rookie on rookie matchup. I do like that fact, but Pow Pow's been a really scrappy defender. As long as she keeps her hands to herself, could be a little bit more difficult scoring for Paige, but the volume for the 3-pointers, I'm not 100% sold on right now.
And Enrique finally came through. 35 minutes played and 21 points and 5 assists. Interesting. Starfall says Aaliyah Boston under 15. Aaliyah under against New York. You know, New York is a team that we kind of went out with unders, but big Boston, though? What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I don't mind it. I know New York was giving up quite a few rebounds. I think they kind of brought that back down to earth a little bit more this last game. Yeah, they were top 3 through that first game, but looking a little bit better here. They are still top 4 in rebounds allowed, so that's kind of, a little bit interesting there. The second chance points looked really good, so that's one thing real positive for us. We don't have to worry necessarily as much about her offensive putbacks, stuff like that. The fouls or free throw attempts, I believe, were pretty low for New York. I mean, they've been traditionally low for like the last 2 years now. So still bottom 3 for that, so that should be limited in free throw attempts. I don't mind it, man. I mean, we talked about, Boston this last time, and the almost soft cap that she has on her field goal volume, that was another cause for concern. Now, I will say she was totally on pace for another at least 12 field goal attempts that game if she just didn't get in that dumb foul trouble in the first half. But 15 is definitely a lot. I mean, asking for 16 for a loss here seems like quite a bit. The first game, phenomenal matchup. I mean, that makes total sense. She should have scored more. The Atlanta matchup, kind of surprising. She did her thing that first game, but we got the rematch game that kind of hurt us. But Atlanta giving up quite a few points in the paint. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see the under, man, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if she's already, 14 and a half on other sites. Yeah, she's 15 here.
Okay.
Are you still there? Okay. I was about to say, you got quiet?
Oh, no. I was just looking at the stats with you. I was like, oh, okay. Let's look at Boston here. Yeah, that does make sense. You're going against New York, totally different than Atlanta. And who was the first game again? Did she go to win against?
Chicago.
There you go. So, yeah. Well, it'll be harder for her, definitely. Yeah, 15 is probably a pretty good number. Does make sense.
Yeah, and I mean, shoot, you can see right here. So Atlanta's actually giving up the second most in the paint, and then Chicago's fourth most.
Yeah.
Not a surprise.
CJ2 Trill 23 says, I like Stewie rebounds tomorrow. She might get a double against the Fever. Stewie rebounds against Indy.
So I was looking at that earlier too. I don't mind it. The history, a little sketchy there. Pretty sketchy. Isn't she at 8.5, 7.5?
I'm going to guess 8.5. Oh, 7.5. Hella juice.
7.5 right now. Yeah. The rebound rating, I mean, it's still pretty solid for her. The only thing is, sometimes, man, she just gets so lazy on the glass, and it's like the most obnoxious thing ever.
She's 8 on Prizepicks.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, bro, this last game, that's crazy. Especially squaring up against Reese. Like, how did you only have a 12% rebound rating? That's actually wild.
Wait, why against Reese? Wait, what do you mean?
The vicinity of shots in the area should have been leading to some rebounds. She only had two rebounds?
Sneak this by E.
2?
Hey. I know. She's too tall for that. Look at Cloud with 4. She only got 2. Big Cloud got 4. DJ Trill, 2 Trill said 7.5 on parlay play. I wonder what the payout is. Let's look.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Cloud rebounds too, I actually was looking at this earlier. Hot Streak had one 1.6 for the rebounds. Did Underdog pull them?
I remember you and your
Yeah,
Cloud.
she's already at a 0.8.
You always like Cloud rebounds. Now I think about it.
She's a tryhard, man.
Yeah.
Another one with her too. They had her RA up earlier and they took it down. Oh, that sucks.
Everyone's talking about poor Angel. Three Kings Tough says because Angel grabs all her own boards, so Stewie couldn't get him. Yeah, truth.
Yeah,
Truth
that's
be
for
told.
sure.
Angel's gonna come back next game pissed off. Angel's about to get a triple double. 10 blocks.
Oh yeah. Honestly, her and Clark will probably have a nice little bounce back game tomorrow. So if you want to take the rebounds, like I get it. I mean, we haven't seen Brianna play over 30 minutes. So, that is definitely something to think about there. First game, she got 8 rebounds. I don't mind that at all. And that was good positional or on-court position, squaring up against like Asia and stuff. So that makes sense. But Howard's Nate, oh my God, I'm tongue-tied here. Jesus Christ.
Natasha Cloud?
Natasha Howard. Yes, I keep getting those two mixed up right now, and it's throwing me off.
You mean Tosh?
Natasha Howard.
Just call him Tosh.
Yeah, Big Tosh. She's coming off of a pretty insane game for her, even though it was with the foul train wreck that happened. But coming off of a really good game kind of makes me question, is that gonna be a repeat thing that happens this coming game here? Took a lot of her shots from the inside, still not taking any threes really. She took her most last game with 2 3-point attempts. So it makes sense, at least for that on-court matchup, but the history kind of scares me.
Three King says 20 and 20 coming from Angel tomorrow. 20 and 20. Angel 20 points? Has she ever done that?
Yeah. No, not this season, but she's done that.
Oh, she hasn't had a very good beginning of the season, so we're all pulling for her, right?
We are.
Okay. I like Kelsey, though.
Another person.
You're going to go Kelsey? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, 15.5. I will play this every single time she's at home. Almost regardless of matchup. Just the volume's there. She's also coming off of a pretty mediocre outing. Only played 27 minutes, which is kind of weird, but still put up 17 points. Had a fairly, I would say neutral matchup to what we should expect for tomorrow. And even worst case scenario, like say they put Phoebus on her as a defender, like I don't mind that either. The worst case scenario would be if they put Cloud on her. That could be very annoying, but I don't think they're going to let CC not have Cloud on her. There's almost fairly certain that Cloud is exclusively going to cover Clark.
How's Cloud been against Clark? How was she last year? Does she handle CC?
Yeah, she stole the ball about 1 million times from them. So last year was totally different. I know Sykes was out for one of these games too, but again, super efficient from 3. She can get streaky like that. The minutes were hellacious. I believe this game in particular, Sykes was out because she played crazy minutes. But yeah, a lot of points coming off of the fast break stuff, so that could happen. But she got a lot of steals on Clark. We know Clark can turn the ball over.
You'd be nice to Clark.
Yeah, Kessel Mitchell though.
Yeah, Kessel.
I'll be nice.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, this 15.5 though. I think we got to lock that in.
I like it. It is New York, but 15.5 for Big Kels is not too tough.
Nah, she should be able to hit him in that little soft spot in the mid range. And another thing that I do like about Mitchell was they are kind of staggering their minutes between her and Clark. That way she comes back in a little bit earlier while Clark has time off the court. And in that time, her usage rating has just been outrageous. Well over 30%. She's taken a fairly, mixed bag between on the mid-range and 3-point line. But I like honestly the look that we've gotten her from this year, where she's shooting less threes and really just trying to get to the free throw line, taking a lot of cuts to the basket, a lot of layups, and trying to get second chance points from that. So maybe that's from the hand issue, surgery, whatever she had on the off season, but she's looked pretty good. You know, I know a lot of people were worried about that, but yeah, man, I like it. Coming off a game, they only played 28 minutes too. I mean, she should be pretty fresh.
Dopeness, bro.
And I believe she had some pretty good games against them last year too. Oh, not playing against their own team though.
Marijuana on the brain.
Well, these were but these were blowouts though. I mean, they had a 40-point blowout. She put up 21. This was almost a 40-point blowout. This was the first game of the season. I remember that. She didn't start. So this game, don't even look at that. But the rest of the games where she played her normal minutes, the only bad one was just this here, and she went 5 of 14 and only 2 free throw attempts. So still 14 points. I don't mind that. You know, this looks promising.
Tell me about Brianna Jones tomorrow. What's she going to do?
She's in a pretty good spot, man. The only thing I worry about is we always see this nonsense where some player just absolutely craps the bed, and I don't feel like Griner got quite the welcome home that she should have, or you know, the home opener experience. Brianna Jones doing a lot, man. Don't get me wrong. She's shooting the ball a ton, getting the free throw line a ton. I think that could still continue in the way that they played this game out with the pick and roll options. They could still expose a lot of these guards. I mean, any of these guards here, she should be able to bully ball. We know Nalissa Smith can get into foul trouble, so that is a point of interest. I'm not really sure how they're gonna approach this defensive matchup. I will say, I have to preface this, I will say there is some world that McCowan starts tomorrow.
Whoa.
I know, bold take, I know,
yeah. But you know what's interesting about Bree Jones is the minutes that they're giving her. She never got these type of minutes in her life. 33, 32, 34, 11, 13, and 10 boards. Like, this is a different Brianna Jones. It could be because she lost that weight, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah,
she lost that weight.
No bullshit.
Yeah. And she looks really fast compared to Griner.
Oh yeah, no, I mean remarkably better.
Slow-mo.
And the playmaking, you know, we had that spot on. She had another 3 assist game. I really like the pick and roll action, and this was something that actually suffered tremendously because of Griner and her foul trouble. So this is still potential meat on the bone. Like, we could see her realistically averaging 3.5 to 4 assists potentially. At least before Canada gets back. But yeah, man, if Griner stayed in the game, she could have easily got another 2 or 3 assists. The only problem I have with this team sometimes is, like we saw last game, when Ryan Howard plays Paul George style, Kawhi Leonard style basketball, where it's just hold the ball, dribble, jab, dribble, and then finally shoot the ball. She killed everybody's assist rating. Not a single person except for Bree Jones hit their assist line.
Just Cam, what's happening? New name in here. What's up, dude? He says Big Bree.
Yeah.
Big Bree. And then Three Kings comes back around and says, I still can't stand her face. Dang, man. That's fucked up. Still can't stand her face. Ouch. I wonder if he's talking about Brianna Jones or Griner.
Or Ryan Howard, who knows?
Whose face can you stand?
He's talking about Angel.
Oh my gosh. Good thing Wet's not here.
Yeah, we're
Could start a whole fight right now.
Right.
Damn.
We're back on that again.
We can't get away from it, E. Can't. It just follows us. It follows us everywhere we go.
Well, this last game I think might be a little bit more telling. Bree is definitely due for some regression here. I'll be completely honest. You know, this is another player that we should keep in our sights as far as should hit somewhat of a plateau. So the last game, her usage rating came down still this last game, but that was also with Griner being in foul trouble. Now, again, a lot of that was due to Ryan Howard and just playing selfish ball. You know, it kind of siphons away a little bit of the usage here. But assuming that Griner played another 6 minutes here, this is probably going to level out, if not flip-flop. Griner has been the leader every single game, or at least leading over Brianna Jones. So there is some kind of, you know, median between this area that we'll see here real quick. But the surprising player I did have interest in, and I know it might be a groaner, but Alicia Gray has actually had phenomenal history in this matchup, and for good reason. I mean, you look, you know, on the other side of whoever. Oh no, I'm tripping out here. Talking about the other game here. Alicia Gray is, I think, in a pretty prime spot tomorrow. Take a look at her real fast in her history against Dallas. The minutes were crazy this last year. I totally had a brain fart there. I thought I was talking about Clark still, but Gray, the minutes looked phenomenal last year. I mean, Coach had her out there, and we've seen this year already 36, 35 minutes, but really stacking up on the RA. The field goal attempts look very identical to what she's been doing lately. You know, I think easily another 14 field goal attempts is totally fine for her. We were very sharp on the 3 points coming back down. Like, I don't think she's going to take 10, 3-point attempts a game, but somewhere in this 6 to 8 range, totally fine. I don't mind that at all. The volume's still pretty decent, but the ability to get to the free throw line, I think, is definitely going to still be there. The matchup is not bad at all. You know, some chance they could put Carrington on her, but I think realistically we'll probably see Carrington on like Ryan Howard and then Enrique on Alicia Gray. I would be surprised if they put Enrique on Ryan Howard, especially how well Ryan Howard's been playing lately. But that's going to leave more than likely either Enrique or Paige. If they put Paige on her, man, that's going to be insane. I would absolutely love that.
That's mean. Poor Paige. Watcher7979 says, huh? Hey, what? Paige can't guard her? Paige can't do it?
Nah, Paige will get cooked if she has to guard her.
Watcher7979 says, Brianna Jones double-double. You want to rely on that?
Yeah, the double-double.
Yeah. It's plus money, too.
I could mess with that.
Plus money.
Yeah.
She needs 10,
it's
a lot. I think she's getting 10, huh? I mean, she's been, but...
I mean, if you're looking for, a high-risk, high-reward kind of play, it's not out of the realm of possibility she can sustain this, but... These two probably locked in for somewhere in that mid to high 30% range. The only problem I will say, well, the good and the bad. So the good, as long as Griner is out on the floor with Brianna Jones will always lead in rebound rating. The only thing that really hurts Brianna Jones is when Nia Coffey comes in. Whenever the coffee's hot, she takes away rebound rating from everybody on the team, everybody on the court.
Three Kings, bro. He's got me dying right now. I said, which one can't you stand their face? He said, both. They all suck. And then he said, oh, Just Cam said this. This wasn't Three Kings. Just Cam goes with the Natasha Howard looks like Kenneth Faried. Remember what Kenneth Faried looks like for the Nuggets? I pulled up his picture. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, holy shit, he looks just like Natasha Howard. That's crazy. Just Cam.
That's so funny.
That's wild. Then Three Kings says, I love Angel, Carrington, Maddie, Kiki, Brink, Sophie, and Jackie Young with some heart emoji face. And Maddie Seegers, he's loving Maddie. In between Carrington and Sophie. Interesting combination there. Yeah, Maddie sandwiched in between there. Okay.
Well, we had the Sparks. Actually, I posted this earlier, but they were on the cover of Slam magazine for this month, and they had the Glam Squad on there with, who was it? Rakia, Hamby, Plum, and Brink. I'm like, okay, I see you. Even though y'all lost tonight, but I see you.
Yeah, lost to whack-ass Golden State. I guess they don't have Rakia. Rakia's a big deal. She's a big part of the team. Who else did they not have? They didn't have somebody else too, right? Somebody else was out tonight too. I swear. Am I tripping?
I think that was it. No, they're just still missing some key starters, key
Oh,
players.
Burrell and Brink. Okay, yeah, Burrell's who I was thinking of. She's not that big of a deal. Three King says Ryan is a fraud. I like these comments tonight, guys.
Dude, she's just such a streaky shooter, man.
Oh.
You talk about unreliable.
Just Cam came with it. He said, "How did you not mention Satu, bro? She's the one." There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh God, man, she was back to looking prime form.
She's back.
No joke. I think that Satu is gonna win Most Improved Player again.
She's crushing it. She lost some weight too. She's healthy. She's not hurt. She's doing right. She's doing right. She's their whole team too.
Oh man.
Something about Maddie.
Speaking of
digs guys, huh? What?
Which
Three
Maddie?
Kings likes Maddie
Maddie?
because she digs guys. It's right. 70-80% don't dig guys, but you just gotta, pretend. That's something about Maddie.
I was gonna say man, this new look for the Phoenix squad. That team is dangerous, man. I am actually a huge fan of them.
Really?
I cannot wait till Copper comes back.
Okay, cool. Fahrenheit 451 says, Indy's given up the second most rebounds in the W. I feel like we gotta look to target some Liberty board props. Liberty board props. Now, we were talking about Breanna Stewart earlier. JJ.
Yeah.
Who else would you...
Yep.
What you liking? Any of those, or are the lines pretty much right? There's no value, really.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense to take the lower line. Breanna at 7.5, she should be in line for a lot of rebounding. Personally, I mean, I do like JJ. The history's been there for her. PR, like I said earlier, not mad at that. 22.5, I would definitely consider that. The rebound line, where did that go for her? She's at, I'm pretty sure she's 9.5 on the books, heavy juice on the under. Cloud rebounds too. At 3.5 rebounds, I will certainly have this.
You like that?
Yeah, I'll definitely have that in this clip.
Basically, we're hoping for no blowout, and I don't think there will be. There could be, because New York is that good, but I think Indy tries to... This is a big game for them. I hope they're up for it and make it a good game. Should be really fun. GS61 says, what angles do you like for tomorrow? What angles are we liking for tomorrow? He must have just got here a little late, but what?
The front, the back, the side
front.
to side.
Yeah, right? Three Kings says, she's engaged, bro. She's engaged, bro. Don't be talking about her, bro. She's engaged, bro. Fahrenheit says, John Quill has plus 12 rebounds. What's that mean? Last 3 out of 4 versus Indy. I'm sold. Bree Jones just pulled down 11 against them. Okay. He sold on it. He sold on it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm definitely right there with you. I'm not sure if he just hopped in here a little bit later after we had talked about it, but yeah, I mean, the history looked really good. I definitely second that there. The rebound, the ideal rebound line would be the 8.5 and just take the juice, but 9.5, I don't know necessarily if I want to do that. I mean, you could probably just find some double props too to make it a little better, but the PR, man, I would really like to see her shoot the ball more. I think there's some scoring that should be desired from her. So, just keep an eye out for the appropriate line for that.
Those minutes, right? Those minutes were so low because of the blowout. She didn't even have to try. 21?
Yeah.
And 17? That's craziness. Or is that... No, that was...
Yeah.
There's only
that
two
was a
games.
blowout, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just Cam says, how many games are on Saturday? We have 2 games. We have New York Indy at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then we have Atlanta. What's the second game? Dallas, Atlanta at 12 Pacific. So early games, or earlier games. Thank goodness they're not doing that bullshit they did last year at 8:30, 9 a.m.
Oh.
What's up?
Oh, hold up.
Hold up.
We got slate context here.
Ooh.
Yeah, so big thing to note. This is our first back-to-back of the season too. So let's lock in on that real fast. We got Atlanta staying at home, so they're not traveling, but they do play Saturday and Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. Wow, so they have even less of. Oh no, they play both afternoons. So they play back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. So keep that in mind. If there's blowouts or any kind of shenanigans, we could definitely see some resting there. So keep that in mind.
Old school second half Brittany Griner unders in those blowouts. Those were so phenomenal back a couple years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
nice.
And this will be something fun too that we could potentially have some good live bets on. Like if we see a player that's getting into foul trouble again early, or if the game is like obviously going to be a landslide in one direction or the other. I mean, Dallas is clearly 0-3. They played a few competitive games, but this could be another another barn burner, and you never know how that goes.
Poor Paige, right into the league getting busted. Why are you laughing, E?
Oh my God.
We're going all in on these things tonight. I like it, Just Cam. He said the Sparks do got some baddies, except Stevens with that Goomba head. Oh man, yeah, we call her five head around here, so
big five head,
whatever you want to call her. That's mean. We're mean. We are rude and mean. Okay, well, that's what Saturday nights are about. Wait, it's Friday.
Is it?
Think so.
I don't remember.
Three King says, fuck it, Wings money line. He's going Dallas all the way. Okay. Go for it, bro.
You are a brave soul.
Go for it, Three Kings. Go for it.
So one other kind of interesting thing here too, the kind of worlds are going to collide here. So we have Cloud, who has, obviously been dominating with the playmaking. Surprisingly, Indiana is actually allowing the least assists per game. And that's going to be quite interesting to see how that shakes out because, I talked about earlier with New York, they're shooting the most amount of threes right now. Well, clearly we're going to get a lot of assists and a lot of conversions from that if that ends up being the case. So the 3-point matchup against Indiana is nothing too special. I mean, middle of the pack, but nothing too crazy. I'm really interested to see how like Cloud and Sabrina, their assist rating is going to look tomorrow with that. Who's going to bend? Who's going to break?
This dude said Natasha Howard looks like Kenneth Faried. This is fucking awesome. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm glad we're sticking to the props here, guys.
Right.
Yeah. They got Dejanay looking crap in this picture I noticed on Underdog.
Yeah, she does not look like that exactly.
No. No, she doesn't.
Did we get okay, we got a couple of fantasy props going up now, actually. That's cool. All right, so yeah, here we go. Very interesting. JJ even barely missed this last game, 29 fantasy. When she played 30 minutes, she had 39 fantasy, and there should be a fair amount of block upside here. She's squaring up against Boston, who shoots a lot down low, doesn't really have much of a 3-point game. Cloud fantasy, another candidate, I think very strong. We talked about her stocks earlier. 32.5 is kind of pushing it, so that's right there on the line. I was trying to see did we get a Brianna Jones PRA line? Wow, man, 27.5. Whew, she's getting on up there. If she's gonna clear this general range, this might be the game to do it, but this will probably be the last game that she's gonna have an appropriate line. I mean, God, if she hits that, she's gonna be at like 30 PRA. That's pretty high. That is pretty high. Arike, 23.5 PRA, also very low for her standards. I'll try to see, man, if we had any kind of a line discrepancy between the two sites here, but I don't think so. Oh, we get some first half action finally. Oh, Lord, this is high. 17 fantasy. Interesting. Kelsey Mitchell continues to crush this. I have no idea why she's at 7.5 points. Definitely going to throw that up in the queue. That's crazy. She was at 9.5 points. She did bump to 9, but she was definitely at 9.5 points last slate.
Three Kings is all in on Dallas tomorrow.
Big Dallas, huh?
And E2 likes Goomba Head. He likes that.
I knew exactly who he was talking about too. Because I knew exactly who he was talking about.
Oh man.
Well, we're waiting on the other game as far as props for the first half stuff, but this is 1,000,000% gonna bump. I will bet my everything on that. It's definitely going to 8 or 8.5.
I'll bet my everything. Three Kings says, Courtney Williams, I love you for cashing 3.5 first quarter points. But can you say banless after tonight? Sheesh.
Yeah. Hey, she's another one of those players who just she goes through those little lulls where she stops playing meaningful minutes. I mean, the coach will just kind of out of nowhere dial it back. And God forbid if Heidemann gets hot off the bench, I mean, coach will, and she's done the last 2 games in a row now. Heidemann gets hot, Courtney turns it over a handful of times, and coach is like, all right, you're done. Go sit down. Let's take a break. And
you guys need to be nice to that young man. It's rude. It's rude. Very rude. And yeah, that young man's giving all he got out there. What you doing over there? Looks like you're trying to do some math problems in your head or something. Collier first half fantasy. Green beam again today. Just Cam says Collier first half fantasy hit again. What'd you say? Sorry.
No, I was trying to post that up real fast before she bumps.
Okay. Big Kelsey?
Yeah, I'm definitely posting the first half because this is for sure going to bump.
Playing that with JJ?
JJ what though?
I don't know. I thought you liked her fantasy.
What?
Three Kings said that young man is crazy. Nah, we all call her young man. That's old. He ain't been around enough, Three Kings. We always call her that. Oh man.
Hey, she owns that shit.
Fahrenheit said, I got in here late. Did you guys touch Cloud's points? Nah, he was talking Cloud under points. Just her stocks and fantasy points? Question mark. Big E was talking her under 14.5 points, I believe, right? Fahrenheit says light
just
comments,
for the line discrepancy. Yeah, with Underdog opened her up at 14.5, and at least right now she's 13.5 everywhere else. See, somebody just nuked the shit out of that.
What?
The odds completely flipped.
Oh, all the way to 12.5.
On
wow. E2 says,
bro, she was
E2. Sorry,
she
E2
was
loves
minus
Mitchell.
Oh, nice.
I'm about to play it too.
I'm
about to nuke it. I'm about to nuke it off the 7.5. What?
She's 12.5. Oh shit! I didn't even hear what you said. She's 12.5. She literally just moved a full point while we were on air.
Yeah. Is that 14.5?
Wow, that's
the
crazy.
14.5 is still there. Better lock that in.
Yeah. Go ahead and get this in a slip before they move that.
I'm gonna do that too. Cloud under and Kelsey over. Let's put it in there. Bingo. Holy shit. I didn't name Nafisa earlier. Oh, he didn't put Feezy on his list. Slipping, bro. All right, I'm in with Cloud and Kelsey. And I do want to get Kelsey first half on the Prizepicks. That looks good too. Yeah, Cloud 12.5 now.
Wow,
she was 13.5 a minute ago. Yeah, she flipped a whole point. People were thinking like you. Yeah, people were thinking like you, E.
trying to see real fast if there's any other outstanding value. I'll probably even... They have gray here, at least on the underdog standards. They have this gray for 14.5 at a .8. Might squeeze that up in something. I want her PRA though, man. They need to give that up. Oh, here you go. It's not bad either. 7.5, 7.5, or 75. I can mess with that. Oh yeah, we're talking about here on Prizepicks. So yeah, the first half line for her looks nice. I'm curious, did we get Cloud first half? What's that looking like? 6.5. Okay, so that's pretty appropriate. I don't know if I want to mess with that necessarily. Paige continues to really struggle in the first half. Some consideration for her straight up points under. Man, Brianna Jones, she's been killing the points here in the first half. She's so expensive though. I don't know if I could play it. Trying to see if there's any other standouts here. Oh, we did get the other game. Okay, hold up. Hey, it's so crazy, man. She's killing this fantasy, but she cannot score the ball right now. Alicia Gray, first half fantasy, also consideration. I know she came down to earth this last game, but that was really off the back of Howard going crazy. Bro, Carrington at 10 fantasy, and she's been missing that? That is so insane.
She's poo-poo. She's done. It's over.
We would have nuked this last year. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, even Enrique, like, what is this? 13 fantasy? All right, I have to at least throw that into consideration. That's extremely low for her. I mean, considering her points are at 8.5, and I mean, we saw a bounce back performance last game. So pros and cons about that. Assuming that Ryan Howard's going to be on her, I'm not super high on it, but that is insanely low for her.
I put it in twice. I'm in. I'm ready.
I know you will not play Grinder right now, but this might be the freest first half thing, man. If they just feed her,
they got to feed her though.
Half. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much what we had for this evening. I know we were waiting on props kind of heading into this, so at least we were able to get them live on air. Trying to see what else may end up moving here. Good chance Boston ends up going back down to 14.5, so keep an eye out for that. Small shot Paige also bumps down to 13.5. It's a better matchup, but it's not a great matchup. And then that Kelsey Mitchell play, this one and the one on underdog, these are definitely going to bump. All right. Well, I think that's about it for right now. You got any leans, anything you're eyeballing over there right now?
No, not particularly. I just put Kelsey with either of the guys on the MPB board are still half decent. I played him with that. There's two guys left playing at 2 in the morning that are decent. So that's what I did.
Oh, yeah.
Griffin at 6.
What were the two?
Both of those overs. They're not bad.
More?
Yeah. Not bad.
A little bit on this, a little bit on that.
Just
and then what was the other one? This guy too?
Yeah, Yoshi. They're both good. Grinder first quarter point should be, huh? He had 10 last game.
I remember. I remember this guy from last game.
Yep. He's in a great matchup. E2 says Grinder first quarter point should be nice when first quarter board pops up. Okay. Cool.
I doubt they put her up at 3.5, but if they do, I'm slamming that.
I dare you.
I promise. All right. Well, that's going to do it, I think, for us this evening, man. Pretty busy week so far. Again, remember Atlanta being on a back-to-back tomorrow going into Sunday. Sunday we do have 4 games, so super excited about that. I think OKC plays tomorrow, so I might be a little bit MIA tomorrow night, but we'll definitely be cracking in the Discord. So if you guys aren't a part of it, make sure you check it out down below. We still got our Discord link in the description. And if you haven't already, which we appreciate everyone who has done thus far, but make sure to hit that like button for us. Trying to grow the channel, fight the algorithms, and be the very best that we can be. All right, big dog, you got anything else for us?
Nah, man. It's been a long day, long week. Just chilling, man. I'm gonna just get out of here and enjoy the long weekend and get right back on it next week. We're gonna go extra gangster hard on them next week. And we got 25 likes.
Yep. Woo.
There we go.
And we're going to get all the nonsense out of the way. You know, there's always rough water in the beginning, first 2 weeks of the season. Happens every year. But plenty of money to be made, plenty of games left to get there. So we appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with us this late evening, and we'll catch y'all back here later. Good luck tomorrow. Peace.